So have you ever heard of a vault? A vault where you don't have to trust anyone. No person, no team, just pure, unbreakable code. Well, that's exactly what we're cracking open today. We're going to take a look inside 3Key Finance, which is this really interesting new kind of DeFi protocol. Think of it like a high-tech, totally automated vault running on the BNB Smart Chain.
And this really gets to the heart of it all. It's about putting you and only you in complete control. That control is everything, and it's all built on one central promise. And that promise is something called zero counterparty risk. Now, what does that actually mean? Well, in plain English, it means you're not putting your faith in a person or a company or a team. You're trusting math. You're trusting code that just runs itself on the blockchain. The whole system is set up so it literally cannot break its own rules. The rules are the rules, period.
Okay, so here's our game plan for today. First, we've got the mission brief, basically how this whole thing works. Then, we'll dive into the 3 critical steps you need to take to unlock this vault. After that, we're going to inspect the blueprint. What makes it so secure? And finally, we'll zoom out and ask, what does a model like this actually mean for DeFi?
When you really get down to it, the whole thing is actually a super simple, kind of elegant 3-step sequence. You deposit, you recruit, and then you claim. That's it. So let's gear up and break down the very first phase of this mission.
All right, this is where it all kicks off. Lighting up your very own personal vault on the blockchain.
So, to get the sequence started, all you got to do is connect a Web3 wallet, something like MetaMask, to the BNB Smart Chain. That wallet, that's your key. Then you make a deposit, and that single action both creates and activates your vault. And here's what that first step actually looks like on the screen. See? Super straightforward. You just select USDT, type in how much you want to deposit, and the minimum is just $20, and then you authorize the transaction. That's it. That one click sends your funds into a secure smart contract. And remember, it's non-custodial, so they never touch your funds. And boom, your vault is officially live. Okay, so your vault is initialized. Now the protocol gives you a brand new objective. It's time for network activation.
So as soon as your vault is active, the system automatically generates a unique referral link for you. And your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to use that link to bring in exactly 2 other people. The protocol calls them Operatives. And for the whole thing to move forward, they just need to do the exact same thing you did, initialize their own vaults.
And this visual really shows you how it works perfectly. So on the left, you see the vault is just waiting. It needs those 2 operatives. But then look at the right. Once they've both joined, the status just flips right over to access granted. You get that 100% security clearance, and the vault is officially unlocked.
And that, of course, brings us to the final step. This is the part everyone's been waiting for, the payoff.
So, the instant that second operative's deposit gets confirmed on the blockchain, the smart contract just automatically makes your reward available. There's no waiting around. No one has to click an approval button. It is instant. It is completely automatic.
So, what exactly is the reward?
Well, the main prize is a clean 2x payout on whatever you initially deposited in USDT. Let's just run through a quick example to make it super clear. Let's say you deposit 500 USDT. That means your gross payout is double that, so 1,000 USDT. Now, the protocol takes a 5% fee, so that leaves you with a net reward of 950 USDT. But wait, there's more. On top of that, you also get a bonus of 500 of their 3 key tokens. And these are governance tokens, which usually means they give you a vote, a say in where the project goes in the future.
And here it is, the final confirmation screen. You hit that claim button and the funds are sent straight back to the same wallet you started with. And just like that, the entire cycle, deposit, recruit, claim, is complete. Mission accomplished.
Okay, so we've seen what it does, but the big question is, how? How can it possibly guarantee all this security and automation? Well, the answer is in the blueprint, in the core idea that here, the code is the law.
See, this whole thing is built on a single, non-custodial smart contract. That's a fancy way of saying the team never has custody of your funds. It all runs on the BNB Smart Chain, which is public, so every single move is verified on-chain in real time for anyone to see. The process is completely automated from start to finish. And here's the kicker. The code is immutable. Once it's out there, it can't be changed, ever.
There's a phrase from their docs that just nails the whole DeFi philosophy behind this. Don't trust the team, trust the code.
The system is built from the ground up so that you don't have to rely on a promise from a person. You just have to rely on the cold, hard logic of the code.
So let's zoom out for a second. What does a system like this really represent? I mean, is it just a clever way to earn rewards, or is this pointing towards something bigger, something new? Well, the project's white paper actually gives us a little clue. They call this a participation-oriented network amplification layer.
Whoa, that's a mouthful, right? But what it really means is that the core idea isn't just about you getting a reward. It's about using this simple loop, this three-step process, to create these focused, predictable bursts of activity on the network.
And that leaves us with a really fascinating final question to chew on. Can a simple set of rules, just programmed into a smart contract, actually create its own economic momentum? I mean, when you design a system that's this predictable, this self-contained, with such clear incentives, maybe that's exactly what protocols like 3Key are trying to do. It's a pretty wild thought, and definitely something to keep an eye on.